Band, set. Set.
Nearly 24 members of the Lion Pride Marching Band are perched on a hill overlooking Freeman Hospital West in Joplin. Gathered below are doctors, nurses, and other hospital workers, listening and clapping along as the band spends the next few minutes playing highlights from their traditional game day repertoire. Afterwards, the band will pack up and travel to the Freeman East campus, where they will repeat their performance for patients and employees there. At the same time, 2 other Missouri Southern pep bands are performing at schools and senior living facilities, marking 6 performances in all on this Friday afternoon. I'm Scott Meeker with the University Relations and Marketing Office here at Missouri Southern State University. In this episode of MOSOunds, we're spending a little time with the Lion Pride Marching Band and finding out how they've adapted to the circumstances in which a global pandemic has fundamentally changed their direction.
It all started in the spring, making the transition from what we normally do, serving football and parades and that sort of thing, to what can we do now. We had 6 different scenarios of what the marching band could have looked like this fall. And as we got more clarity in the situation and progressed through the semester, it became clear to us that we wouldn't necessarily get the opportunity to play at football games or even have parades like we normally do. So how do you get music to people? How do you serve the community? We figured we could still do that. And from that was born this idea of the community outreach pep bands.
That's Don Lynn, Missouri Southern's Director of Bands, reflecting on the necessity for the marching band to adapt to the idea of a fall semester without football games, halftime shows, parades, and all the other activities where the band would typically provide an injection of energy. On several recent Friday afternoons, the pep bands have performed in a variety of locations throughout the community. What they've found, Don says, is a reminder of the important role that music plays in our lives.
So far, the receptions have been overwhelmingly positive. We just wanted to bring music to people, but as we've gone and done this, we've discovered how critical and how welcome that really is. And usually when we go to a place and we do a community pep band, they're asking us, when can you come back? When could you come and play again? And so there's different places that we've done a couple times. We've played for a couple times, and we'll probably play at least a couple more. They're very excited to have us. We've discovered, especially through these community outreach programs, but also what we do online, that there is a need for music. The need for music is fundamental. Music is so important. If you think about it, when we're in the car, we're always listening to music. When we're in the office, we're listening to music. Music is the soundtrack of our lives. So at Southern, with the marching band is the soundtrack to Southern. If you think about our traditional tunes, the fight song, Let's Go Lions, the Lion Pride fanfare, that's what Southern sounds like. If we know what Southern looks like, then the marching band is what Southern sounds like. The singers are what Southern sounds like. The orchestra and the bands are what Southern sounds like. And it's a dimension that we would miss if it wasn't there.
For Carrie Wallace, a sophomore honors student majoring in pre-med biology and a mellophone player in the band, getting to play at all amid the pandemic has been a relief. And the way the band is going about it, she says, has been especially meaningful.
So this semester definitely looks completely different than how any of us thought it would, especially for the band. We don't have any football games, which are normally the only thing that we perform for. So we have had to find some creative ways to still be able to make music and be an ensemble. It has been really amazing still being able to be part of the band and still being able to perform. And I think it's even more meaningful in the way that we can reach out to our community and share what we're doing with them. I think it's especially just amazing that we can thank essential workers like here at Freeman and here at Freeman West that have been doing such important work for our community, and it's in a way that we can give back to them.
On this Friday afternoon, their audience included a former member of Missouri Southern's marching band. Hillary Riley, the Director of Emergency Trauma Services at Freeman West, attended MSSU about 20 years ago and for a year was a member of the band's color guard. The chance to step outside and see the band perform was a welcome one, she says.
Oh, it was great. With it being football season and not being able to do all of the normal things this year with COVID and everything, being able to hear the band play and everything definitely lifts your spirits. And it's football weather, and to be outside and take a break from work was great.
For those who might be wondering, the band has been taking a number of safety precautions. Besides observing social distancing practices by being spaced apart, the band members also wear special masks and use coverings on the bells of their instruments, Carrie told me.
I have just been really impressed as a student with the level of concern for our safety that our staff has taken. They've done a lot of research and they are doing everything they can to make sure that we are completely safe while we're playing. So we have the bell covers and the slip masks that we're able to wear while we're playing. And I think it definitely is just a really important part of what we do is staying safe.
Don Lynn says plans are in the works for 2 concerts featuring the entire marching band that will feature more than just the traditional pep band tunes.
The idea was to retain our traditions. So I think if we didn't stick with our game day repertoire, those traditions and the way we did things might be in danger of becoming diminished, or we might lose some of those traditions or the way we normally do things. So we are focusing on that, but we're also focusing on what we might normally play for, say, a halftime show. We're still going to bring those tunes out for our concerts. So you'll hear music from the 70s, you'll hear some Michael Jackson in our concerts, you'll hear Panic at the Disco, some modern stuff, and you'll hear patriotic salutes, salute to veterans, a salute to our troops. So we're still trying to do the same repertoire we would normally do in a year. We're just packaging it differently in a performance. So we're planning 2 concerts right now. And we have a Lion Pride concert series with the entire marching band. And right now the tentative dates are October 17th for the first concert and November 7th for the second concert. These will be Saturday concerts in the afternoon. The location is still to be determined. We were originally going to hold it on campus, but we're trying to find venues off campus where we could still have a socially distanced and safe audience environment. If that becomes impossible, then we'll live stream, and we'll do a live stream concert for everyone.
And that's it for this episode of MOSOunds. We'll leave you with more of the band's recent performance at Freeman West, and we'll be back with you soon with more stories from Lion Country.